Today I'm going to show you guys how to put together this cute little slider card using my craft kit with the slider template, and you will create this cute little card that just slides out with the teddy putting the letter in the post box, and you can write your little Christmas note over there, or if you wanted to you could write it on the back as well. I'm going to show you guys how to put this cute little guide together. So if you've ordered the full craft kit, you're going to get all the goodies inside to build that little card that I just showed you. So in the kit, you'll have your little wooden pieces. You're going to have your paint behind you, your sentiments, your clear stuff for your glazing, wood glue, and you're also going to get a personalized pencil. And then, of course, the most important part is the slider templates, which I'm going to show you how to use. And then you can go ahead and keep these slider templates in a safe place, and you'll be able to use these going forward for any of the other cards. And I do have extra sets of the pieces that work with the slider card template. So let me show you guys how to assemble everything together. So for tools to put this one together, what I'm going to use is my metal ruler. I'm going to use my box knife, but you can use a craft knife. I'm using an eraser for the pencil marks and just some stick glue for the card. If you have the red card making tape, you can use that, or you can use any of the glue that you use with card. Your glue is going to come with your kit, of course, your pencil, and then grab yourself some card as well that you want to use for the card design, and then go ahead and paint and glaze your wood pieces. I'm just going to give you one tip with the little sentiments. First of all, be very careful with them because obviously they are fragile. But I also never glaze these because I struggle to get it nice and neat in the thin sections. But if you have the patience, then go ahead and glaze these as well. So let's get started with putting this together. The first thing that I would suggest you do is to glue these two pieces together. These two pieces together is what's going to create the space between your post box and your little teddy to make sure that the teddy can move over the post box. And that also gives us enough time to dry. So with the glue that I've sent in your kit, if you've bought the full kit, I'm just using the back of a paintbrush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. You literally only need a drop. This glue is amazing. So I'm just going to add the glue on and then just place this one on top. If you've got clips, then you can clip it together. I'm just going to put it to one side so it can dry there on the side. While that is drying, I'm going to cut out my card. So I've already decided what card I'm going to use. So I'm just going to cut out the pieces. And this is what you'll need to do, because you need, for the card itself, you need the front piece, then you need a back piece, and then you need the slider. So for the slider, because it's going to be on, you'll be able to see both sides, I would say choose something that is nice that you can see on both sides, either a plain card or like I've got a patterned card that I'm going to use. So let's cut out those pieces first, and then we can start assembling everything. So for the pieces, we're first going to use the big piece, so the front panel, the front and back panels piece, and we're going to line it up on the card. I like to just do it on the edge because it means that there's one less edge for me to cut. I'm just going to make sure that is straight against the edge. So all I'm going to do is just make sure it's lined up nicely, and then the side needs to move over slightly. There we go. So the first one I'm going to do is the front panel. So just go and draw right around. So I don't have to go all the way that side. Just draw your lines right around. And then you also want to draw the lines inside. So you need to decide with your pencil, if your pencil is going to go on the inside here, make sure that on all the sides it's the same, or if it's going to go on the outside, otherwise your shape is going to be off. So I'm just going to draw it on the inside line, and this is where you're going to score and fold your card front. So just draw your lines. For this one, I just want to make sure it's nice and dark so I can see where I need to cut. And then of course also your centerpiece, you need to make sure that you draw the line to cut that piece out as well. So that's going to be the front panel, and I'll cut that out in a sec. Then for my slider, I want to use this beautiful card for my slider. I think I want to, so the slider for this one I'm going to cut off. So for the slider, all you need is essentially these lines. So you need to make a square, so you're going to do these lines around, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to, this one I'm not going to line up because I've already got a cut line there, and I'm just going to go and draw straight across here, and then inside, inside, and inside this line. And then that will give you your backing piece. Sorry, not your slider. I did the backing piece, but it's fine. And then for my, can you see? I wonder if you guys can see. So when I did the line here, one I did on the inside edge and one I did on the outside edge. So I just need to remember when I cut now, it needs to be on the inside edge of that one, so it can fit on the back. You can trim it anyway, still on the back. And then let's do the sliders, them the wrong way around. I've got the same card I'm going to use for my slider, and I'm going to do it this way around. And again, I'm just going to line it up so I can save some of this card. You never know when you might need it again. And then again, just go on the outside edges. And then where you need to fold. So do it again, just because my card is a really dark card. Okay, and then that's my slider, and this is where I'm going to fold it. So for the slider, for this specific one, I'm not going to keep that whole flap. I'm going to cut it off, but I'll decide that once I've put it or moved it over, because I want to cut it that shape. Or what you can do, actually, thinking of it now, instead of me cutting the edge off, I might just go ahead and just do this now. Do it like that, because then I can cut that little flap, because the card's going to sit on a little flap, so I can cut that flap off is essentially what I'm going to do there. So now I'm going to cut it there, around, down and up. Okay. So I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to cut this edge. Cut this. Oh, I don't actually need to do that. Let me cut the whole piece out first. And then I'm going to do this one with a flap. There we go. And I'm just going to use my razor to get rid of those pencil lines. And then now I'm only going to fold that one over there. Let me do the backing sheet. Cut that out. And on this side. Okay, there's two pieces done. And then we're going to do the front panel. So let me just get all of this out of the way. First and foremost, let's cut out the front panel. So I just want to angle it so I can see where I'm going. And down this way. Just going to chop that off just to make it easier to maneuver. Down the side. There we go. Straight up. And then the little corners. And that one too. And then for the little cutout, now what you need to just make sure that you've got is, sorry, let me get this away, is you want to make sure that you have the front of it needs to be, this little slider needs to be to the bottom so that you can put your sentiments at the top. So make sure that you have that at the bottom. This one more to the bottom. For a second there my words got stuck. So let's cut that one out, and I'm going to use my craft knife, or box knife actually, and my very used mat and my metal ruler to cut out that centerpiece. You can, if you don't have a craft knife and a metal ruler, you can just poke a hole in it, and with the scissors just go in and cut that one out. Let's have a look. So we're going to cut this out. And the side. Oh, not far enough. Hold on. That's it. And then you can pop that piece out. Make sure I get that off there. There we go. I can put this away. And now you can fold the card. So like I was saying, the lines on the edges is going to be your fold lines. So I've actually drawn my lines on the wrong side for this one, but it's not a big problem. So all I'm going to do is just lift this up so I know where my fold needs to be, fold it over, and I'm just going to use my ruler just to make sure that that is nice and flat. And I'm going to fold it just over to the other side because I've drawn my lines on the wrong side. It's not a big deal, and I'm going to go around and do that for all three sides. There you go. If these overlap, all that you need to do is just take your scissors and just slightly trim them, just so they come together nicely. Check this side. They should be fine. Okay. So that is going to be the front, and then just use your eraser for any lines if you've made the mistake like I've done, where I've got my pencil lines on the front. So I'm just going to use the eraser to take them off. This away. The next thing you want to do is to put your spacer onto your card. Now, I couldn't mark exactly where these would need to be for you guys. So the best way that I can say is if you put the little spacer down like this and then add the teddy on top, then you'll kind of see where it will fit. So basically it will fit the shape of this. But if you put it down like in this way, so the little tail goes into the little corner here. If you do that, and then put your teddy on top, and then just make sure that you get it into the right position so that it completely hides the spacer. Then you'll find the right position for it, and then all you need to do is glue these two pieces together. I should have probably done this as well before I started the card, but it makes it easier for you to see where this one needs to lie. So now just go ahead and then stick the wood piece onto your card, or to the moving teddy, by using your wood glue again. So I'm again just going to use the back end of one of my paint brushes. I'm just going to add some glue. Luckily this glue dries really quickly, so we'll assemble the rest of the card while this dries. So now I'm just going to take it and just make sure it's in the right place so that you can't see any of the wood from the front. Basically like building a puzzle. Okay, I'm just going to look from the front and I can't see it, so that's fine. So I'm just going to leave that to one side to dry, and it's literally only going to take about a minute or two to dry that, enough for you to be able to work with it. While that dries though, we're going to go ahead and put the post box on, and we can put the pull me on. You can paint the pull me if you wanted to. I don't like it painted, I just leave it plain, so I'm just going to leave it plain. I'm going to use a glue gun to attach everything to the card. So for this little piece, just add a little bit of glue. Oh. Okay. Add a little bit of glue and just pop it onto this piece. I'll put it on skew, but again it's fine, because all I'm going to do then is I'm just going to trim it slightly, just so that you don't see that. Okay, it probably would work better if I use my craft knife. And then all I'm going to do, and when you send this out, you can also just use a little glue dot there to keep that one down, and I just need to lift it up. And then I want to see where this needs to be. So my post box is going to be fairly to the side. So I'm going to just have a look here. So I had it round about there, or you can put a little bit further to the side so that you can put in your sentiment. It depends on if you want to do the sentiment like this, or if you want to have it at levels. So let's give it a go and see where exactly we want to put that. Let's see if I can pick this one up. So I can pick this one up and just, I'm not sticking it down yet, I'm just going to lay him down there so that I can then see when he comes over to this side. I obviously want him to be able to go over, if I can just get him in the right, I want him to go over the mailbox. So I want the mailbox to be roughly there, and then I want to make sure that my Merry Christmas, his hat doesn't hit the Merry Christmas, otherwise he won't move. So let's do this one like this, and it's going to be in the right position, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to eyeball where my post box is going to go. Just my glue gun, some glue, stick that down. Then when you stick your teddy on, make sure that your card is closed so that it's completely in, so that you know exactly where he needs to go. And the flat line of the bottom here needs to go on the flat line of the bottom there. So I'm just going to add some glue for my glue gun because it just makes it quicker. Make sure I get it into that little corner, and ooh, it's moving my sentiment. It's the spider threads from the glue, and there you go. Now you've got your sliding mechanism going, and now all I want to do is just stick on my sentiments, which probably will work better with some crafter's glue, but I'm just going to use the glue gun because it just makes it quick for the video. So I'm just going to dab some on there, just on the edges, and then stick that one down, and then this one, just dab a few dollops on. And just stick it on, and then just remove the extra threads, spider threads. And there you go, guys. There is your cute little Christmas card with your slider done. Mine just seems to be a little bit bent, but it's fine. And now you'll be able to slide it over. How cute is that? And you can put another little card here for your little Christmas message, or you can put it on the back. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. The kit is available on my website, or you can get the slider template in any one of the kits, and then you'll be able to build up your collection. But I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and if you did enjoy the little tutorial, please give me a little follow and a little like, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.